Hello and welcome back to Asanas and Wellness. My name is Latoya. Today I've prepared a beginner's sequence for you. So if this is your first time on the mat, or maybe you're still fairly new to the practice of yoga, to a physical practice, then this will be a great practice to help you kind of ease into it. We go through a lot of basic yoga poses and just enough to make you feel good and hopefully want to explore yoga even further. So we won't need any props today. However, if you have a blanket, you may want to have a blanket nearby, especially if you have knee sensitivity. And if you have blocks, of course, always have your blocks nearby if you have them, just in case. You never know how you may find them helpful, but you don't need any props to do this practice. All right, and if you don't have a mat, no problem. Just put you a blanket or a towel on the floor and you're good to go. Or just have a clean floor and you're good. All right, so if you're ready, let's get started. So today we'll be starting in Sukhasana, which is a cross-legged position with one shin in front of the other. Grounding down through your sit bones. So grounding down into the mat with your spine nice and tall. Extending up through your crown. And if it feels right, close your eyes or just keep your gaze low. We're just going to take a few breaths here to get grounded and prepared for this practice. So breathing in and out of your nose, breathing in all the way down into your belly, and allowing your shoulders to relax more and more with each exhale, allowing your face to soften, your jaws to relax, your forehead relax. And allow this wave of peace to just flow over you with each inhale and exhale. Begin to slowly open your eyes, and we're going to extend your left leg out to the side with the sole of your right foot. Maybe it's touching your inner thigh, maybe not. Bring it in as close as it's comfortable for you. And on an inhale, you're going to extend up through your spine. And exhale, use your fingertips to crawl forward, taking a forward fold. Coming down as low as is comfortable for you. You may feel this stretch in your inner left thigh and also in your lower back. Just allow yourself to melt into each pose today. And on an inhale, begin to press your way up. Now for a side bend, so placing your left hand on your left shin or on the mat, extend up with your right hand. Inhale and exhale. Let's take a side bend. Maybe gazing up if that's comfortable, but slightly maybe pressing that right shoulder back and open. Gazing up, gazing at your fingertips, or gaze straight ahead. And exhale, coming back to center. Now let's do this on the other side. So extending your right leg out this time towards the right. Bringing your left foot in. We'll take our half butterfly fold. So on an inhale, extend up, and exhale, crawl forward. While we're going through these stretches on this side, maybe think about what your intention is for this class. Think about what you want to get out of it. What made you click the button? What are you hoping to receive from this time on the mat today? And inhale, begin to slowly walk yourself back up. And for our side bend, inhale, extend. And exhale, take it over towards the right. Opening up through that left shoulder. And exhale, let's bring it back up to neutral. And from here, we'll come to tabletop position on our hands and knees for a few cat-cows to warm up that spine. All right, so come with your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. And on an inhale, you're going to send your gaze up, send your tailbone up, arching your spine down towards the mat. And on the exhale, round through your spine, pressing through your fingers, broadening through your shoulders as you round your spine up. And inhale. So we're going to continue this movement at your own pace, syncing your breath. So inhale, find your cow. And exhale, pressing away, rounding for your cat. Just breathing slow in and out of your nose. And on your after your next round, let's go ahead and return back to tabletop. And from here, we will find child's pose. I'll be doing a wide leg child's pose. So bringing your knees as wide as is comfortable, maybe as wide as the mat. Bringing your toes together to touch, sending your hips back, and slowly begin to walk your hands forward while melting your forehead down to the mat, your chest down towards the mat. Allow your elbows to rest down to the mat. And coming up from your child's pose, we'll find downward facing dog. So from tabletop, move your hands up maybe an inch or so, and take an inhale. And on the exhale, press your hips up towards the sky, pressing into your fingertips so that there's not so much pressure in your wrists. And keep a slight bend in your knees. Maybe walk your heels out a bit. Relax your neck. Let your head just hang heavy here. Really stretching through. And from here, we are going to find our way into a forward fold, standing forward fold. So either walk your feet up towards the top of the mat, or walk your hands back, or do a combination of both. But let's meet in this folded position wherever you are. Allowing yourself to just hang here, your hips up towards the sky. On an inhale, we're going to take a half fold. So bringing your torso up about parallel to the mat, maybe sliding your hands up your shin. And exhale, fold again. Now on an inhale, bend your knees, press up through your heels to slowly begin to press all the way up to standing. Very slowly. Okay, so if you're at the back of your mat, because you walked your hands back, let's go ahead and meet us at the front of the mat, about a third of the way from the top. And with your feet maybe hip width apart, just allow yourself to feel stable. We're going to send our hips back for chair pose. So bring your palms together at heart center, like you're sitting down and back into a chair. Keeping your knees in line with your ankles. So try to avoid this falling out that your knees may try to do. Keep them in line. And pressing up through your heels, we're going to step the right foot back for high lunge. So keeping your left knee over your left ankle. Extending your your right leg back, sorry. Take an inhale, and on exhale, we're going to open up to Warrior Two. So begin to open up towards the right. Spin your right foot so that it's parallel to the back of your mat now. Bring the arms up, extending out to each side at shoulder height. Relaxing your shoulders, gazing over your left fingertips. And on an inhale, bring your left arm up and grab it with your left wrist. Your right wrist. Grab it with your right wrist. Gazing up for a slight back bend. This is a version of reverse warrior. And exhale, come back to Warrior Two. Now for triangle pose. Let's straighten that left knee. Pull your hips back towards the right, extending your left hand out. And then we're going to tilt over, keeping our hands up. Maybe you land your left hand down on your left shin. Rest it right there on your shin. If you have a block, you can rest it down on a block or even down to the mat. And if it feels comfortable, gaze up towards your fingertips. But you would always have the option to keep your head gazing straight out or to gaze down towards the mat. All right, so gaze down, and let's bring that right hand down to the mat, and let's step back into our downward facing dog. Once again, let's walk ourselves up to the front or to the back. Walk your hands back if that feels better into our fold. Maybe grab each elbow. Send your hips up, maybe sway just a bit side to side. Allow your head and neck to relax. You may feel a release in your back and your spine. Back to center. Inhale, half fold. Sliding up. And exhale, forward fold. Now bending your knees, pressing through your heels, pressing yourself up to standing, rounding your spine up little by little. And once again, we will find our chair pose with our palms at heart center, but we're going to take a twist. So bring your right hand to your left knee, extend your right arm up behind you, maybe try to gaze back at it. And return to center And let's take it to the other side. So left hand to right knee, right hand up behind you, gazing behind you at your fingertips. Remembering to breathe and return back to center. And now we'll step back into our high lunge. This time our left leg goes back, making sure your hips are, your feet are still hip width apart. Hands to hips. Inhale, and on the exhale, warrior two. Bring that left foot parallel to the back of your mat. Gaze over your left fingertips. Be sure to press that right knee open just a bit. Keep it pressed open. And exhale, reverse warrior. Let's bring our right hand up. Grab it with your left for a slight back bend. And exhale, release. Triangle pose. So straighten that right knee. Send your hips back, your fingertips forward, and let's tilt for triangle pose. Gazing in the direction that feels the most comfortable for you. Gazing down if you're not already. Swing that left hand down to the mat and meet me in downward facing dog. From here, slowly bring your knees down to the mat. And now we're going to go into our puppy pose. So from tabletop with your knees under your hips, you're going to walk your hands forward. Melt your forehead, melt your chest down to the mat. If you want to get deeper into your shoulders, bring your palms together in prayer position and bring your hands back so that your thumb is resting right at the back of your neck. Okay, slowly release your hands if you took that prayer position. And then come up, pressing up out of your puppy dog pose, walking your hands up, and then we'll meet in a seated position in bound angle. So bring the soles of your feet to touch, maybe grabbing onto your ankles. Inhale, extend up, and exhale, let's take a forward fold. And slowly rolling yourself back up out of the pose. And let's finish up with a twist. So inhale, extend up through your spine. On the exhale, let's bring your left hand to the mat behind you, your right hand maybe to your left knee, maybe to your shin, whatever it feels accessible. And you could always go back to Sukhasana in that cross-leg position if that feels better. Keeping your spine nice and tall, gazing back over that left shoulder, opening up through the chest. Exhale, release back to center, and inhale, extend up. Exhale, let's take the twist to the right. And exhale, release. From here, if you haven't already, go ahead and find your cross-leg position, Sukhasana. Maybe crossing your legs the opposite direction than you did in the beginning. Bringing your palms together at your heart center. Taking a moment to express gratitude to yourself for the time that you made for yourself today. So we'll end our practice with a deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. Inhale. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Namaste.